the drop when the synth comes in and the little synth line just carries over through the drop, that's a magical moment. That was really, really cool.
All right. Okay, let me play a little snippet here.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is
Gaszia.
For those of you who don't know, I'm one half of the duo X and G. Check out our music on Spotify, etc. I'll leave a link in the description. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, Baauer has been streaming on Twitch, and he also has a Discord server. He's been hosting some bop battles in there, and has had some amazing guest judges. This last one that I'm going to be breaking down, we got a sample from Ninajirachi, and we also had Fortet as the judge. So anyways, go and join the Discord, get in on that. It's super fun, super awesome community. I'm going to jump right into my bop right now. Here we are inside of Ableton. Before I actually jump into it, I'm just going to pull up this sample so you guys can hear what the original sounded like. So this is a sample from Ninajirachi. This is the sample itself. I went and kind of changed the groove up a bit. So yeah, and then also I went and pitched it down by an octave. And there's a little bit of processing. There's some filtering going on at the beginning. Also in the beginning, there are these drums here. These really big, like, cinematic drum hits. Lots of big kick drums and stuff. Oh, sorry, and also these claps. So yeah, a lot of it is just a lot of contact libraries. If I unfreeze a couple, you can kind of see that most of them came from a library called Damage, but there's this other library called Claps, Stomps, and Snaps. It's a really great library for, you know, just like all sorts of different sounds that are very like percussion-y sounding. So I went and, you know, used that drum corps as well. I think I'm missing a file or something to make it work, but it still plays. So yeah, some really nice samples in here for like drumline stuff. This was used. Yeah, so I just layered a lot of these different contact libraries. And then these two kicks, or I guess stomps. So this one, and then this one. And then all together. And then there's some additional percussion happening right here. This is actually from Damage. I just did a little bit of processing to make them a bit louder without all of the processing on it. You can like hardly hear it. But I just want to make everything kind of really in your face. And this right here is a plugin from Native Instruments. It's part of the Crush Pack. It's really awesome. I highly suggest getting all of these. Anyway, so yeah, all this is happening. And then additionally, there's these claps here. And so I went and just took a little snippet from this sample, and then some additional claps. I'm not sure what these are from, but yeah, just looking for really nice claps, but also really big claps, but not so electronic sounding. And then additionally, there are these chants that are being filtered in with these claps here. There's a filter here on this group. So by itself, and again, just the same type of processing. I made this rack here that I've been putting on everything called the G rack. It's pretty nice. If you go and you join my Discord and subscribe to me on Twitch, you can collect rewards, and that is in my Twitch here, which is, where are my rewards? Oh, so rewards. So yeah, everything will be in here, and you can go pick those up. Anyway, so yeah, that, and then just this Valhalla room was thrown on it. And yeah, so all together we have this. And then additionally this reese bass. So there's a lot of processing going on here. I'll kind of dive into that next, but I went and made this reese patch in Serum. Really simple. I mean, I usually just start with the default and just do, 5 voices. I'm not too savvy when it comes to synthesis, but yeah, 5 voices, down 2 octaves, just literally the default. Nothing else has been changed. And then just some distortion. I literally just left it as the default settings and just cranked it up. Threw on some multiband. Boosted the lows a little bit in this EQ. And that was it. So without all of the processing, let me group all this. This is what the reese sounds like. Very nice and chunky. But yeah, so here's this. And the sound, that like phasery sound, I think it's coming from camel fat. So this is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like without the filter. So I was kind of playing around with different camel fat presets. I just like taking all the different distortion plugins that I have and just experimenting. I had just gotten Gain Station as well. And so this is a huge plugin I highly recommend getting if you don't have it. Same with Camel Fat, same with Trash 2, all great distortion plugins. Oh, and Driver as well. Driver's insane. So yeah, I kind of just played around with a couple of different combinations of stuff. If you want to hear other combinations of what I've tried. Here, let me just loop this. And so that's what I ended up liking. And if we go ahead and re-enable the filter, we have that going on. And then just this kick tight to kind of bring back a bit of the lows, since, with it being distorted, it kind of muddies that up. Also at the same time, I have no idea what I'm doing, but it sounds good. So must be correct, right? Right. So anyways, there's that. And then of course the sample itself. And then there's some additional effects and stuff happening. All these little sounds here. If I turn off these risers so you can hear all these effects. So these two sounds right here actually came from another idea I was playing with on Twitch. Probably over the summer I went and made this. So they come from this little thing right here that I made. So it came from that, and I just went and just dragged that project into here just to kind of combine, because they're around the same tempo. Felt like they had a similar vibe too. And so then, it goes into this huge build-up. Additionally, there's some vocals, this little Vox loop happening. And again, just some more processing, OTT, a little bit of saturation, filtering just to kind of, bring it in and then open it up to make it more intense. And here on this particular one, I went and just did a little transposition envelope just to, you know, change the pitch of it over time. And then we get into the actual drop here. And so the bread and butter that's kind of moving the entire thing are these drums. So yeah, the first thing is the kick. Sorry, I'm horrible at organizing, so I need to organize it much more better. This is actually much more nicer than most of my projects are. And if you've seen my streams, you know what's up. So this is the kick right here. There are 4 layers to the kick. So we have this top layer, and I just went and rolled off all the lows, so that way there's a bit more top into it. This additional heavy kick, that's actually ours. Let's hear the original. Yeah, so this kick, you can get it from our Josh Pan and X&G sample pack. I'll put that in the description as well. And then additionally this stomp. And then just a really nice round kick. And so, let's see. Yeah, and then just like little percussion and stuff to kind of fill the gaps and kind of create this groove. Typically, when I'm creating music, I like to start with drums and, you know, kind of lay in a kick and a snare pattern, or a rim or clap or whatever it might be. But for this particular track, I just kind of went and just used the traditional, you know, snare on the 3. And so we have this. And so for the snare itself, again, it's just a one of our snares. The main one you can hear is this one. And then additionally, a little clap. And then this decap rim shot. And then this other little tiny snap. I think this was going to be the original thing I wanted to go for, was using this little snap. So if I turn these off, like, it was cool. It was a cool idea, but I was like, no, I want to go a bit more aggressive. And then I think I just, you know, you can't really hear it. I think I just forgot to turn it off, honestly. So. And then just other little fills and stuff. I took this. I think this is just another kick that was pitched around. Yeah, a little kick. And I just pitched it up high and made this little weird pattern. Yeah, they're pitched all over the place. So, you know, just kind of having fun with audio and just making weird patterns and dragging stuff around and seeing how it fits and trying out different ways until something feels right. You know, there's other additional percussion and stuff, like this little bongo. And then something that was kind of gluing everything together was this chi loop. And I just like cut little sounds from the loop itself. So if we go to the actual loop, this is what it sounds like. Big shout out to Chi. All this stuff is amazing. Highly recommend. See, I think I did some like weird, I did some weird like transient cutting, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what the best way to describe this is, but I just made really short 32-bit cuts to make it sound like that, and then just pitched it up. Normally it sounds like this. Sorry. But if we go back, sounds like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the drums, at least for the drop anyways. Then we get into, there's some other stuff kind of happening. These filtered bits. And it just, again, just gives it a bit more groove to it. And then the other kind of shining star of the project is this 808. There, I'll sell it. And this is also something that I made. This is something that you can also grab in my Twitch rewards on my Discord. This is a patch that I made, and then I just did some additional processing. I got gain station and I was playing around. So without gain station, and then with. Just huge difference. So yeah, and then that was pretty much it. So this chain right here comes exactly as you see here, besides the gain station. If you go and you pick that up. So is that pretty much it? A couple additional effects. I think the other main thing are these vocals. So these vocals I went and cut from an acapella.
I like the way you hit it.
Yeah, I just found a piece that I liked, went and changed I transposed it. Can't think of words. And then I just went and dirtied it up a little bit with this dirt plugin.
I like the way you hit it.
And then without.
I like the way you hit it. I like the way you hit it. I like the way you hit it.
And so this also actually came from the original Twitch demo. So if we jump into the actual drop of this.
I like the way you hit it. Just imagine if you never love it. I like the way you hit it.
So yeah, that's where a good handful of the elements came from. And then, like I said, I just lifted them into this bit right here. And then additionally, the sample, I just went and sped it up. I think originally the sample is like 130 or 140. And so I just went and turned it into like this kind of fast RP sound. And it's just on loop. Same thing happening over and over. And then there's just additional cuts. Just kind of interpolating between different sounds or different cuts of the sample itself. And then there's these additional vocals, or I guess like more like the same Vox loop from over here. I just went and made it more choppy with the transposition. And it kind of made this like weird groove. And then all together. And then we go into this breakdown bit where the reese comes back in. And then these chords that I went and made in Serum as well. Just so you can see. So here's the chords. And just add a little bit of chorus, and then again just the heavy lifting comes from all this additional processing that I did. And then again just took the sample here and just took a little piece and I just kind of played around, and it made this like really weird groove. Again, just some more effects and stuff.
I like the way you hit it. Just imagine if you never love it.
And then we have this lead that came in. this comes from Monopoly, which is Korg. Great collection of stuff. You can get it, I think, for like $20 plus all their other stuff, $20 a month off Splice. I think that's where I got it. And then some retro color stuff, just a little bit of wobble and distortion, and then again, just the same processing chain that I've used on pretty much everything. This Avox choir that just kind of makes it feel a bit more wider. So without it just made it like feel more pushed back and just like wider, I guess. And then additionally chorus and yeah, reverb, some other stuff. I guess this doesn't really need to be on there. Actually, I guess it does kind of help. So this is like a Haas effect, and you can make this pretty simply. There's like a tutorial for it on YouTube somewhere, but I have this Haas effect thing, and it just makes it even more wider. So between the chorus, the Avox choir, and the Haas effect, it just made it feel like really spread thin, and there was like nothing in the mono register really, but it could still be heard, at least in headphones and speakers and all that stuff. So hopefully it translates well to other things. Yeah, and then the very end, this little outro bit that I did. And again, just uses little cuts of this chi loop to kind of carry everything. And then this same little sample here. And just had this just to kind of like reintroduce the drop sound and like tie everything together. And then Forte and Baauer were talking about this little motorcycle honk. And everyone's like, oh, that's from the Honk If You're Horny. Nah, just a Splice sample, baby. And that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be doing more of these. Please subscribe. Please leave any feedback. This is my first time doing a video, so would love any feedback. Thank you guys.